Greetings, people and new followers. I know I've had a couple in the last week from being in Canada. My phone's on its little charging brick thing. I'm on a walk with the dog, so that's kind of why the angle like this. I can't really hold my phone up. But just wanted to kind of talk about Canada a little bit and what I want to do in the future in terms of my videos. So start off with Canada. This is probably going to be a really long one-take vlog. Or video, whatever you want to call it. Vlogs I feel like need to be regular, and mine to this point have not been regular. But anyway, as I said in my last video, last video, I went to Trucker Josh and Britt's wedding. I was one of the groomsmen, and while I was there, I got to meet a couple of YouTubers. Troy, he runs Halloween Hellmouth. And Jade and John from the Jade and John. They used to be known as the Jade and John show, but now it's just the Jade and John. So I got to meet them, and it was cool. I was kind of nervous going into it. Like, I'm gonna be hanging out with some strangers. We're gonna be living in a house together. This is either gonna be really good or the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It was a very good situation, good time. I left there being part of two new families, made a lot of lifelong friends. There's a very, very, very little doubt in my mind that I will still be in touch with those guys, 15, 20 years from now. At first, when I met Jade and John, I was definitely starstruck, because I've been watching their videos for years already, several years. In fact, I was actually watching one of their videos the day that I got an invite from Josh to go meet up with him at the beach the first time. He and I met up. I met them. I was definitely very starstruck at the beginning for the first maybe day. Then I get later, like that night, or maybe it's the next night. I don't remember. It's like I'm having a beer with Jade and John. This is freaking cool. Like, I was stoked. And that's kind of how I felt after I met Josh, too. I was starstruck when I met him. But then afterwards, after my emotions calmed down, I kind of realized if I ran into him somewhere and we had a conversation, whether it be at a truck stop or, we grew up, say, up the street from each other, we'd be friends. Like, there is no doubt in my mind. I don't know what he said, but his mom posted something on my Facebook page saying that he spoke very highly of me after our first meeting. I'd kind of like to know, and I'll ask him. I'm sure I'd like to know how that conversation went, if he's willing to share. But then now it's like I can call Jade and John my friends, and then I also can't leave a couple other people out. Moses and Colleen Miller, they run the Trucker Josh fan page. Awesome people. I also got to hang out and meet Ben Massey. He met Josh doing some trucker TV stuff. But everyone that I just mentioned, except for Ben, we were Josh's groomsmen. In order groomsmen to the last one was John, Moses, Troy, and then me. So that's just the order of groomsmen, where I don't think there was a rhyme or reason to it. I know Josh wanted the order to be a little bit different than that, based on how long he's known all of us, at which point I would have been number 2. But when we got to rehearsal, I was number 4, but whatever. It was an honor to be alongside them for their day. So, yeah, I had made shot a lot of footage with the intent of making a nicer video than one of these one takes, which I've done in the past. And my computer is being really slow and really dumb. Now I'm thinking back on it, I've had my computer for like 8-9 years. It's a MacBook Pro. Memory's good. I've got things backed up. I delete things. And it's just slow, and I don't have the time for that slow. So that's why I'm doing this video like this. So if I sound out of breath, it's because I'm a trucker who's trying to get back into shape a little bit, and I'm on a walk with my dog right now. I think I said that earlier. So it was very cool to hang out with, now I actually have some Canadian friends. I had been asked that before. I was talking about Canada like a couple years ago. It's like, yeah, I know one through social media, and I had met Josh. So I was like, yeah, I got two. And that was interesting. Now I can say, at least social media-wise, I think I got like 15 Canadian Facebook friends now, but in terms of like true friends that I'll be in touch with, probably more in the ballpark of, I guess it's 5 or 6 of them, which is cool. But yeah, they're basically, Josh says in his videos all the time, they're basically America Light. I mean, I'd say that's pretty fair, pretty accurate. But yeah, it was really a great time. It's basically a non-stop party. I mean, I'm not going to go into details, but you see it in Troy, Jade and John, and Josh's vlogs, like in the background. There's some adult beverages, like on the counters and whatnot. Yeah. We gave a very good tasting to a lot of adult beverages. I'll leave it at that. So, trying to think what else. Okay, so try to go in order, give you guys some information on what happened, my story of it anyway. I'll make a separate video to talk about my experience going through customs. Sometime within the next week. I had a layover of 2.5 hours in Calgary on my way there. I used every minute of it to go through customs. The only thing I did for myself was use the restroom. And even then, it was to go, we're all adults, I think. It was to go pee, which is really quick. So, got off my plane right away, went through customs. My carry-on bag got unzipped, hand searched 3 times. 3, not 4, not 2, 3 times. They untaped and opened my housewarming gift for them, which I had in my carry-on bag just to make sure it wasn't going to be damaged or anything. But apparently that thing looked really cool on the x-ray machine. Actually, I take that back. When they opened it, that wasn't an x-ray. That was at customs when they searched me. I got interrogated in customs, but I'll do that video later. I got introduced to Tim Hortons. It was truly I thought love was only true in fairy tales. And then I went to Timmy's. Timmy's. I'm already missing Timmy's. But, yeah, so went to Timmy's. That was awesome. We threw Josh a bachelor party. That I had originally talked to Ben about it a couple weeks prior. I know I said I just met Ben. Josh started a Facebook group conversation, Facebook Messenger chat with all of us so we could get to know each other a little bit. Before we got there, just to take the awkwardness out of it. So, I mean, I think I reached out to everyone except John at one point. I reached out to a few other people I knew I'd meet, family members of Josh's and Britt's. And I think that definitely helped. So, yeah, Ben and I decided we were going to try to throw him a little bit of a bachelor party because Britt got a weekend, I think. Or maybe is it just a regular weekend or a long weekend? Josh being a trucker, I don't think he got anything. So, we know he likes to shoot stuff, but with us being Americans, not really knowing what's going on, as much as we'd prefer to do just guns, didn't know what that would be like at all. So we went for archery, and that was a lot of fun. So far, I've only seen Jade and John's video of it. Troy was not, and Moses were not there yet. So, but Josh will have some stuff. We did a lot of intentional, like rehearsed shooting, if you will, for dramatic effect in Josh's video. So I have no idea how that's going to turn out, but I'm personally looking forward to that. It was fun. After archery, I threw a curveball at everyone when, for whatever reason, we decided that we had to go back to Josh's house. I told Josh when we got to his house to grab a helmet. And that threw everyone for a loop because we were going out for pizza and beer afterwards. And so they all knew that, except for Josh. And they were all confused. After I said it, because I was about ready to laugh, I just hopped in the car and kind of got it out. And then John at least got in the car pretty quickly after that. It just starts laughing, just tell me, like, dude, you're messing with him. This is awesome. And that's all and Josh was freaking out. I have a really good footage of it, of him freaking out. We go to his house. He says he needs to get his helmet. The girls are there, and the girls know what's going on. They were just going for pizza and beer, so they're kind of confused. He asked Jade if if she knew what was going on. And Jade just rolled with it. She was awesome. Just, oh yeah, you didn't hear? They're gonna shoot at you. They just rolled with it. It was awesome. But then you have his fiance, who asked me, why does he need a helmet? And I told her right then and there, we're just messing with him, just making him think there's something going on that, there's really not. And then Ben was driving. Ben had a rental car. He drove by the airport. And at the airport, they actually do skydiving. And that's what Josh thought for a bit. We're going there, like, as the sun is setting, we're getting there. And Josh was freaking out. That was a very good clip I have that is available to Josh. Everything that I shot before I left Canada, Josh has full access to and absolutely has my permission to use it. And that's something else about the group, too, as far as I know. For sure, me and Jade and John, I don't know for sure about Troy. But we, according to Josh, give him all of our footage to use in his videos. So I know I'm the most proud of some candid pictures I got during the rehearsal. A lot of emotions getting out at the rehearsal dinner. Make it a little easier for people to keep it together during the actual wedding, which was really cool. So maybe someday when I get a new computer, I'll put all that footage together still, like on their 1 year anniversary thing. Because I've kind of been thinking I need a new computer anyway, and I gave Book a try. It's too complicated for my simple head. I miss PCs big time. But starting to think. So bachelor party was really fun. I got to meet Josh's cousin, who I've seen in videos a few times. His dad hauled his butt off to get to town that night. Got to meet his dad, who, from his videos, I have a ton of respect for. I tried to get together with his dad for a meal while I was there, and that didn't happen. But hopefully next time there'll be a situation. I'd love to get together with his dad and just, don't tell his dad this. I just want to listen. But I need to at least, start talking, get his dad talking, and just be filled with some wisdom. Trying to think in order of what happened. Shot some guns. I'd never shot really any. The only rifle I shot before, you can't even call it a rifle, BB/pellet gun. I shot a 22 and a 12 gauge. Well, I was there. I believe both of them are property of Britt's dad. By the way, Britt's parents have the exact same names as my parents. That was really cool. So I basically have my Canadian parents with the same names as my American parents, which is pretty cool. They're both super sweet, super nice people. So I gotta shoot. There's footage of that. For sure, Troy has footage of the 12 gauge. And he also highlights my unique fashion statement. I wear shorts 99.9% of the time. Unless I'm at a wedding, it's really cold, or if I'm at a funeral. Other than that, I'm pretty much in shorts. Even when I go to church on a regular Sunday, I wear shorts. And Josh and Britt, well, more particularly Britt, very particular about you. At their house, they have a mudroom. And if you're going to leave the mudroom, your shoes go off. And boots, I had to bring boots for the wedding. And they were just real easy. They slip on, they slip off. And the name of just convenience is that tying my shoes a dozen times a day, I just did the boot thing. And the first time I did it around the property a couple times, and it was no big deal. First time I did it where it caught people's attention was for the rehearsal. Because I had done something, I had to go outside, and I had every intent in coming back in, but didn't go back in for whatever reason. We were like halfway to the rehearsal, and it was like, oops. But then I just kind of rocked it after that. Like, I just don't care. Like, someone wants to judge me based on my footwear and short combination. Like, God bless you. That's their prerogative. I don't care. So, I did that when I traveled too. Because, those of you guys who ever fly in airplanes these days, you gotta take your shoes off most times. Same thing, it's just convenient. That's all it was. No more, no less. I couldn't wait to put my tennis shoes back on and be back in my regular attire. Trying to think. Is a wedding gift. Josh and Britt got a bar that someone made out of pallets. A very nice bar. And we thought we had it all strapped down nice and good. which you'd think with 3 active truck drivers, one of them doing decks, Moses, that we just could strap a bar down in the back of a pickup truck correctly. You'd think that. Nope. Oh, plus a retired trucker in John from the Jade and John show. And I could give Jade credit because she was standing outside, but I don't believe she was actively helping. She may have been on the sidelines chipping in and giving advice. I don't remember specifically. But anyway, you have a lot of experience here that should know how to strap something into the back of a pickup truck. We screwed up and that bar went flying over and did get a little chip in it that was kind of like, you know, oh well, it makes it look a little more rustic anyways, and look good. So, while we're on the side of the road, I think we ended up figuring it was like 40-something degrees Fahrenheit, if I remember. I want to say the truck said it was like 15 degrees Celsius, so do the math. I want to say that equals like 40-something Fahrenheit, but a little chilly. Big Ben, Massey, or is it Macy? Crap, I heard so many times I should know. Anyway, we were one towel short from after we rearranged it. Yanks his shirt off, no problem, no shame, and used that. And that right at John, actually. And John is a germaphobe, he'll admit it. Pretty sure he admits it on his videos. Pretty sure he has. So that was a lot of fun. So we decided that night, those of us who were in Josh's truck, and Ben was in his rental car, that we were going to frame that shirt and give it to him. So the next day at the rehearsal, we had to make a beer run and to get a few other things. It was really funny because Ben wanted to go, probably could have gone, but because of what we had planned, it's like, nope, you're not coming. You're not coming with us on this little shopping spree. So I went and I got the frame for it, got his shirt, put his shirt in the frame, and there's video of that. It's in my footage. Jade was nice enough, took my camera and videoed that for me. But then Troy also got a good video of it. Halloween Hellmouth. Look him up. Subscribe. Like his videos. Same thing for Jade and John and Trucker Josh too. And Britt Speed. She's had some really good videos. A lot of good insight as far as what a bride goes through getting ready for a wedding. So that's been cool. For me anyway, I've appreciated those videos. Just different to get a new perspective on an event that has not happened in my life, but hopefully someday. Trucker Josh gives me hope. At one point I wondered while watching his videos, what's going to happen first? Trucker Josh gets married? This is when he was single. Or a Canadian hockey team wins the Stanley Cup. Obviously Josh getting married happened first. That's the one way Josh and I really click, is of all his friends, I'm the only one who cares about hockey. In fact, I actually might be going back to Canada in March for a long weekend. The Kings play the Jets in Winnipeg twice this year, on the 20th of February and March. So of course, me being the warm-blooded individual that I am, being born and raised right by the beach in Southern California, one of the many Southern California beach cities, I'll take March and go back and see my newly made Canadian friends and family. So then the ceremony itself, I got just a few minutes left on my phone before my phone's memory's full. The ceremony itself is fine. When it came to dancing, I am not a dancer at all. I was pretty much gonna let loose, and the second song was Shut Up and Dance With Me. And during that song, I did something where I had, on a 1 to 10 pain scale, like a 6 to 7 headache the rest of the night. And the more active I was, the worse it hurt. So that kind of shut me down. I had every intent on kind of letting loose a little bit more, which for me is not much. I did dance with Jade though, which was a highlight for me, part of that, you know, starstruckness that I had talked about earlier. Like, even at this point we had talked a lot. And yeah, I did slow dance one song with Jade. That was a highlight for me. It was nice to talk to her and get to know her and John quite a bit. The day after this, they got married Saturday. Sunday, we just relaxed and hung out. Just the bridal party and their close family and friends that wanted to drop by. The bonfire started at, I think they started at about 3 o'clock local time, and it was still going the next morning when they took us to the airport. And going to the airport was sad. Troy documented it really well in his video. We were all just kind of waiting. Like, no one wanted to be the one to say, all right, let's go. Like, we did not want that time to end. It was in a non-weird way, it was very magical. Canada's such a magical place. I had no idea. But, cool. I got less than a minute left on this video, guys. But yeah, coming back into the States was no problem. My flight out of from Vancouver to LA was delayed. So my like 2.5 hour layover turned into like an almost 4 hour layover. It was cool though because they have a customs inspection place in Vancouver. So I cleared customs in Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver, BC. So when I flew home, it was just grab my bag and go. So, okay, cool. Now things flashing at me. I really got to end this, guys. But moving forward, I'm hoping to make videos way more often than I have been, at least a few a week. So, subscribe, like, share, all that fun stuff. I'm still going to stick for now with the one takers unedited, but that I plan on changing that pretty soon, but not quite right away. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.